everyone, friends. We've been waiting for this escape for a long time. Today, we're going to escape from Krusty Krab.
But during our escape, we have an essential mission to help Plankton steal the secret Krabby Patty formula. This is very intriguing to me, as we've all always been curious about what Plankton is after.
Wow, here we are, meeting one of the main characters. Oops, I wanted him to lift us up with his spatula.
I can't wait to see the other characters from my favorite cartoon.
I think he's busy, that's why he doesn't notice us.
Now we are gonna jump right on my favorite fries.
There's Plankton, I think we need to go to him.
Looks like we need to jump on these balls.
Yes, let's do it.
Look, someone spilled some sauce up ahead. It will get in our way a bit, but it's not a problem.
Of course, we'll just jump over it.
Looks like we'll have to climb higher next.
The higher the better. We'll have a good view from there.
I like climbing higher and looking around. You feel like some kind of bird.
Yes, you captured my feelings well.
Who could have forgotten these knives here?
I think they were forgotten here a long time ago.
We need to go down again. Let's jump down.
Let's do it right now.
Woohoo, that was awesome.
Let's talk to Plankton again.
He knows what we need.
We just need to jump on these burgers to move forward.
I think so too. We can use them to reach that door. The main thing is not to fall off these burgers.
Our jumps need to be bigger. Otherwise, how would we jump over these burgers?
That's true. We're jumping very high.
With these jumps, we'll reach the door very quickly.
We're almost there. Just a little more and we'll reach the door.
Wow, holy cow, it's a giant burger that wants to steal us away.
What? Where are we? Did we get eaten by a giant Krabby Patty burger?
Looks like it. We need to get out of here quickly.
I think we need to be more careful here. Otherwise, we'll melt in the stomach of the giant Krabby Patty burger.
I agree with you, Dobie. I wouldn't want to melt here either.
See that red pipe? Looks like we should go there.
All right, let's head over there.
Wow, that's grand. From the scraps the Krabby Patty burger ate, such a huge obstacle course was formed.
We just need to get through it. Then I think everything will become clear.
Look at that giant hot dog. I love hot dogs so much. I wish I could eat it.
I think we shouldn't touch that sauce. It's better to jump over it.
Most likely, it's not sauce but lava or something similar, just camouflaged.
We quickly got past that hot dog. Let's continue at this pace and move forward.
Let's do it. I'm all for it. Looking at all this food makes me want to eat more and more.
Look, there's bacon on a fork up ahead. The giant Krabby Patty burger ate everything in sight, even things that shouldn't be eaten.
Yeah, if it were like us, it would have had indigestion a long time ago.
Once we get out, I think we should tell him that, or he'll keep eating everything he sees.
Right now, the main thing is not to fall into the boiling oil. I don't want to become a French fry.
Everyone loves French fries, but no one wants to get fried like French fries themselves.
What are these balls? I think we need to climb onto them.
Let's climb up. There's no other way around.
I think the obstacles ahead will be even more thrilling and challenging. We need to stay focused to overcome them.
Everything here is so yellow. It's as if even the walls are made of cheese.
Cheese is great. I love cheese and Krabby Patties. It's so delicious.
Look, there's that red pipe again. I think we should go there again.
Looks like this pipe leads to new challenges again.
Wow, now there are green walls here. It looks like it's all made of some kind of salad.
I think to avoid getting lost, we should follow the yellow road.
Look at that juicy French fry standing here. I would gladly eat it right now.
I wouldn't refuse some French fries right now either.
That's a long ladder, but we'll have to climb it.
It's very long. Such ladders are rarely made without a reason. They probably want to hide something from us.
I think they're hiding another red pipe from us that leads to more obstacles.
Maybe, but I still don't understand why they made this ladder so long.
It's almost the end. Let's find out what's there.
You were right, Labrador. It's another red pipe.
Look, it seems we'll have to jump over kebabs.
Wow, there's also a slippery floor there. This will be harder than I thought.
Even though the floor is slippery, it's not as difficult as I thought.
Looks like the next challenge is a giant downhill slide, like a big icy slope.
You're right, Dobie. This is indeed a giant downhill slope.
Wow, what speed? We're flying so fast.
It's really very fast.
What was that? Where are we?
I think we're in Mr. Krab's office.
Looks like it, but how do we get out of here?
I think we'll need to open the safe.
Let's do that then. There's no other way out anyway.
To open the safe, we'll need to solve a puzzle. I think we can handle it quickly, especially since I'm an expert at this.
Ah, so there's nothing complicated here. We just need to cut the wires in the right sequence.
All right, let's do it.
The main thing here is not to make a mistake in the sequence.
All done? The safe is open?
Oh no, we're getting sucked in. Hang on, Labrador.
Phew, are we really inside the safe now?
Wow, it looks like it. There's so much money here.
Hey, Dobie, I just remembered when you and I first ended up in Bikini Bottom. Do you remember?
Of course I remember. It's impossible to forget something like that.
It was something. Dobie and I, ordinary sheriffs, suddenly found ourselves in the heart of Bikini Bottom.
We were just patrolling our town, and then, bang, and found themselves in a world underwater.
And then SpongeBob himself appeared in front of us. He told us about the problems with the treacherous squid.
And we, of course, could not pass by. SpongeBob and his friends needed help.
We got down to business. We chased the squid through the Bikini Bottom jungle like real heroes.
In the end, we caught this squid and brought peace and tranquility back to Bikini Bottom.
Phew, looks like we made it out of the Krusty Krab.
Looks like now we'll have to search for the formula at SpongeBob's house.
Let's hurry and get there.
Looks like we'll have to cross an obstacle-filled road to get to his house.
Let's run through it as fast as we can.
This obstacle course looks a lot like our training grounds for sheriff's deputies.
Yes, it's very similar. Remember how long and hard we trained there before our first outing as sheriffs?
Of course, I remember. That was a great time. I really love that training ground.
And even earlier, we took our driving test there. That was a long time ago.
We did the best of everyone that time.
Oh, there's SpongeBob's house. We need to go inside.
Look, there's SpongeBob himself, selling unnecessary items.
Wow, we're inside SpongeBob's house. What should we do next?
I think we need to find the button that opens the closed door.
Yes, let's do that. Let's find this button.
First, we should check all the rooms where the door isn't locked.
Yes, let's go through this door on the side.
Oh, this is SpongeBob's kitchen. We should look around here.
Look, there's a button over there. We should probably press it.
Wow, another door just opened.
That's a secret passage. I think we should go in there.
Yes, let's go there. I think something more valuable awaits us.
Let's head towards the adventure quickly.
Let's do it.
Oh, look, this is SpongeBob's bedroom.
Be careful not to wake Gary. The formula might be in his shell.
Oh no, do we have to kill him?
I think we're almost there with the formula in our hands.
Yes, I can already see our future success.
Let's go ahead and climb into Gary's shell.
Oh, we're right inside Gary's shell. Let's do this quickly.
I'm eager to move on to new challenges too.
Let's slide down this hill. I think there's a way forward at the bottom.
Oh, I love these slides. They have such great speed.
That's a weak slide. I couldn't pick up much speed.
Yeah, it wasn't fast. But let's continue straight through this passage.
Oops, I got distracted by the cardboard boxes of food in Gary's stomach. How did he eat those?
He must have been very hungry.
The main thing is to jump carefully. We wouldn't want to be stuck here forever.
Everything will be fine. After all, you and I are top-class sheriffs.
Oh, look, Gary's slime. Just be careful not to fall into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fall in there either. That slime is so slippery and gross.
What are these papers doing here? I think there's some important documents SpongeBob lost.
Oops, looks like it was a trick.
That's not fair. Why did the developer make them invisible?
Oh, what are these bones? Could this be Gary's spine?
It's kind of unsettling to realize that we're climbing over someone's bones.
I think he must have been ticklish just now. Oh no, just look at where we've ended up.
Not this. The worst thing that could have happened to us. All right, let's forget about it. I think the formula must be somewhere around here.
We need to be more careful ahead. The floor there is very slippery.
Phew, is this the exit? I hope I don't have nightmares about us falling into Gary's poop.
Oh, we made it out of Gary's shell. That wasn't easy.
Look, now Plankton is sitting and reading the formula right inside Gary's shell.
It seems like we've won. We found the formula after many trials and challenges.
Yes, it was an unforgettable adventure.
Stay here because we're moving on.
Hey everyone, it's Sheriff Labrador and Dobie here with you.
Yeah. Hi everyone, as you might have noticed, Joy is in the background. So today we need to escape from the Inside Out 2 prison.
By tradition, we enter the ventilation system in our cell. When will they upgrade the security system?
I think it's done intentionally to play with us while we go through the trials.
Interesting theory. So everything is deliberately planned to mock us. But they definitely don't know that we are professionals and will surely pass all the trials and defeat the final boss.
Labrador, it hasn't even been a minute, and we've already uncovered all the plans and secrets of this prison. It's not very exciting this way. I hope there's still something ahead that will surprise us.
Wow, here we are on the other side of the cell. I hope it's slower than us. What were you saying? Of course, Dobie. You know what? Ahead of us lies a multitude of amazing puzzles that we'll need to solve. I believe we'll even uncover a couple more secrets of this prison, because not everything here is as simple as it seems.
Okay, I hope you're right, but we'll have to crawl through the ventilation shafts again. I hope they at least clean them from dust.
Okay, dust aside, you can find something even worse in there, like giant spiders. Brr.
I thought you weren't afraid of spiders. Anyway, we ended up in the men's restroom, so Joy definitely won't come in here unless she's hiding something from us.
It seems strange to me that there were no toilets in the entire restroom, but never mind. We've ended up in some underground shaft beneath the prison. There's even lava here.
It reminded me of when we played Minecraft together and you almost fell into lava while searching for diamonds. Guys, if you want us to post a video of our adventures in Minecraft, be sure to like and comment about it.
Phew! It's tricky because you can't see where this lava waterfall will come from.
But despite that, we managed it. Great job! Well, the next challenge seems like it should be easier.
And I think just the opposite. Here, not only do you need to jump over the spikes, but also calculate the distance and stand on the edge.
But this challenge is a piece of cake for us too.
Oh no, there's a giant boulder, but for some reason it's not rolling towards us. Maybe it's stuck.
That's really strange because there doesn't seem to be anything blocking it. Oh well, let's move on.
By the way, I completely forgot to ask. Guys, have you already watched the second part of Inside Out? I personally really liked it.
I also really liked it. I'm even thinking of rewatching it sometime. Overall, I recommend you to watch it.
Oh no, this room is a trap with a dead end. I hope pressing the lever was saved.
What's Barry doing here? Is he locked in a cage too? You guessed it, the gates have opened. We just need to pass through without him noticing us.
Oops, he caught up with us. Maybe the items we have in our inventory can help us. For example, this cloak.
Wow, so it's an invisibility cloak. I think he can still see us a bit, but it's definitely throwing him off. Plus, this cloak increases our speed.
The cloak is cool, but in this challenge, it's not as useful anymore. Here, we need good reflexes.
The path is clear, we can go.
Whew, we dodged that skillfully. That was a trap from the developer.
Look, it seems we need to take this lift. It looks like it's straight out of the Stone Age. I don't think it's very safe, but we have no other choice. The main thing is to be ready for anything.
Oh, judging by the lightning bolt on this vending machine, I can guess what's about to happen.
Yes, we definitely know this drink. Get ready to jump.
Hey, Dobie, let's talk a bit more about Inside Out 2. I was really impressed with how the director portrayed emotions as individual personalities inside a person's head.
Yes, Labrador, that's essentially the most important aspect of the film. I liked how each emotion was vividly expressed and how they interacted with each other.
It was especially interesting to see how the director showed that each emotion has its own goals and tasks, and how they influence our behavior.
Absolutely. Each of them represented a kind of separate character with their own traits and reactions. This added depth to the understanding of the main character's inner world.
And I like the idea that the emotions work as a team to help the person make decisions. They don't always agree, but ultimately each of them plays their part.
Yes, it's like a mirror of our own experience. We often feel different emotions, and it's important to understand them and find a balance between them.
Exactly, Dobie. Inside Out 2 was not only an entertaining film, but also provided a lot of food for thought about how we perceive and manage our emotions.
I agree 100%. That's why such films are so important. They help us better understand ourselves and the world around us.
Well, Dobie, next time we have the chance, let's watch something similar.
While we were discussing the movie, we made quite a bit of progress. I think the mini-boss will be coming up soon.
Oh, I was wondering what those strange sounds were. I thought I was hallucinating, but it turned out to be some small metal balls. They were probably supposed to hinder us, but somehow they passed by without hitting us.
In this challenge, we need to shut off 3 valves. By the way, did you notice that we're exactly above the place where we were a minute ago?
Oops, I got distracted and stepped on a mine. Of course I noticed. It reminds me of Tower of Hell. If you want to see this place on our channel, let us know in the comments. Dobie, remember at the very beginning we talked about spiders and you were surprised I mentioned them? Well, I want to tell everyone the story of how we saved our town from an invasion of giant spiders.
I know what you're talking about. All right, let me start. It began like any other day. Labrador and I were patrolling the outskirts of town, enjoying the peace and quiet. But suddenly, I noticed something strange. Huge footprints leading into the forest. We decided to check it out.
When we followed the tracks, they led us to an abandoned building. Dobie, do you remember how we saw those massive webs and felt that something was off?
Yes, I immediately knew these weren't ordinary spiders. We carefully entered the building and discovered a giant spider's nest. And the worst part, it was full of its offspring, which were also enormous.
As we started investigating, it became clear that these weren't just giant spiders. They were exotic species meant for the zoo, but one had escaped along the way. In the wild, it stumbled upon some abandoned juice that somehow turned it into a giant.
Exactly. This spider found a secluded spot and began to grow to enormous sizes. But the worst part was that its offspring were also affected by this juice. They started growing huge and began spreading out, infesting homes and even attacking unsuspecting animals.
Hey, Dobie, while we were telling our story, we've reached the mini-boss, the boss of this prison. I can already see the weapon that will help us defeat him. The cloak is going to be very useful.
Let's go, Labrador. I think we'll handle him very quickly, especially since he looks so fat and clumsy.
Chew on this burger, take that.
His HP is going down quickly, what a shame. Hey, fatty.
Ouch, that hurt. It seems he's really quick on his little feet.
No worries, he couldn't even take us out in one go. The main thing is to keep a safe distance.
Just a little more, he's almost at 0. Oops, he threw something at us.
Hooray, he exploded.
He was very easy. I think it was meant to lower our guard, meaning the final boss is very close. So let's prepare to fight at any moment. But for now, we can continue our story. Where did we leave off? We knew we had to act fast. We called for backup and began devising a plan to capture and relocate these spiders. It took a lot of effort and time to track down and gather all the spiders. It wasn't easy, as they had spread all over the town.
We found the perfect place, a specially designated island where the spiders could live without posing a threat to the town. Together with our colleagues and zoo specialists, we managed to relocate all the giant spiders to this island.
It was a tough mission, but thanks to teamwork and determination, we managed to save the town from this menace. We knew we couldn't have done it alone. Teamwork and support were crucial.
Now the town is safe again, and we can be proud of overcoming such a challenging task. This story taught us a lot. It's important to be vigilant, act quickly, and always work together as a team.
Yes, and even though it wasn't easy, we're glad we could help our community and protect it from danger.
Labrador, I can see this challenge is significantly more difficult. I hope we can manage it on the first try.
I'm sure we'll succeed. After all, we've handled tougher challenges before.
Wow, we're so agile jumping over that beam. It's no wonder you've been into parkour since school.
Yeah, another challenge conquered for the record books.
And here's the final boss. Well, hello, Joy.
She's in a giant robotic suit with miniguns on her arms.
Great. They didn't forget to give us weapons. I think it's best to disable her weapons first, and then move on to destroying that suit.
We're doing really well. The first arm is almost detached.
Oops, she hit us a bit. We must be standing too close. We need to back up a few meters.
I can already feel the victory. By the way, did you notice that while we're shooting at her weapons, her main HP is also decreasing? That's working in our favor.
Hooray! Finally, we defeated her. That was the last and toughest challenge.
You can congratulate us with a like. Is it really not over yet? Maybe we need to drive away in that car.
Labrador, this adventure will stay with me for a long time. Thanks for being with me. You're a great partner.
Thank you so much, Dobie, for your kind words. But ahead of us, there are still more adventures because we're moving on to the next place. Hello, dear friends. Today we will be escaping from the evil dog head.
But we won't just be escaping. We need to help the mama cat find her kittens. There are 7 kittens in total.
Don't forget to like the video. Well, let's get started. She says there will be monsters waiting for us, but we already know who they are. Maybe they'll see us and think we're one of them.
I hope we don't find out the answer to that question from inside one of them. But that would be amusing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They came out so suddenly, I didn't expect them around the corner at all.
Look, we found a purple key on the ground. That means there's a purple hole nearby. I mean, a purple lock.
We found it. It seems there's a spawn point here for a reason. Let's go in.
Okay, it seems you're right. We need to do some parkour, but if we fall, we'll be eaten by the giant evil dog head.
It's interesting how she got in here, considering the doors are so small.
Oh no, we fell right next to her. Luckily, she's clumsy due to her size. It must be very cramped for her here. I don't think she was put here intentionally. She was probably born and raised here.
I even feel a little sorry for her. It seems she's never even seen sunlight. That's probably why her eyes are red.
Phew, we landed very lucky on another parkour element, so we won't have to go back far.
Yeah, Sheriff Labrador. Luck is one of the main factors in parkour.
It turns out this block falls too. It's fortunate that having good reflexes gives you a chance not to fall.
Reflexes are indeed good, but it seems like it was too slippery there to get a grip.
Yeah, I also wanted to say that I think luck is needed all the time. Not just in parkour, but in life in general.
Rightly observed, Labrador. We've already passed the parkour. Somewhere around here is the lost kitten.
Here he is. Poor thing, sitting in the cage and crying. We need to quickly take him back to his mama cat. He might be hungry.
It seems we're headed into this portal. It wouldn't be cool to go through the parkour again in reverse.
Here's your little one, mama cat. Try not to lose track of them again. Now, let's go find the rest.
I hope this time it won't be as scary to find the key.
I'm afraid, Dobie, they might have gotten even angrier and called their friends so we couldn't rescue the others.
Yeah, let's try going left. Maybe there are fewer of them that way.
Wow, a banana. Maybe it's also some kind of special key.
It looks like it's a lure in case we get hungry.
Oh no, run! There are so many of them that the screen is shaking as they run.
When will we find the key already?
Here it is, finally. We found the key in the door right away.
Oh no, be careful. Go around them along the wall.
We managed to slip through. It's a good thing we're so agile.
I think there's a bone parkour here. I'm afraid to find out whose bones they are from.
Why is there a bone on the left if you can just... I got it. It was a scam.
Labrador, usually when people say scam, they mean an online deception for money.
Well, Dobie, now I know. By the way, what if the bones are here intentionally and they knew we'd come and gnaw on them? Did they think it would be so easy to bait us?
Unlikely. I have only one question. Why did they dress us up as cats? What if they had seen that we were dogs? They wouldn't have been hostile towards us.
Unfortunately, we won't find out because it's impossible to take it off. It's stuck.
I hear some sounds too. We need to get to the source. Maybe it's hypnotism for the kitten.
Perhaps. Here's the source, the head of the evil dog. It seems to be a fake. And in fact, it's a speaker.
It's emitting very strange sounds, as if it's a signal for aliens or a call for other crazy dog heads.
Hooray! Come on, little kitten. We'll take you back to your mom now.
I wonder where the father of these kittens is.
I hope he's safe. And those weren't his bones there.
Here's another kitten. Only 5 left to find.
Let's keep going and search for the keys.
It seems like this isn't a key. Why do we need a toilet?
This is a teleporter. It's strange that it's in the toilet. Maybe we're in the sewer.
Judging by the fact that we just jumped into the water, that's true. Oh, look, it's the evil doghead fish. How does its head not tip over?
It seems we need to somehow navigate around these air currents so we don't get pulled up towards the dogfish.
Yeah, I see a spot where we can swim through. The main thing is not to rush and hold our breath well.
Oops, looks like she can swim. I thought she was just standing still.
Hey, Labrador, what do you think this place is, and how did we end up here?
I have no idea, Dobie. It's definitely weird. Why are mama cat's kittens locked up in cages guarded by the heads of evil dogs? And why do we need to go through all these trials to reach them?
It seems they chose us precisely because they know we're the best sheriffs. Maybe these dogheads were once ordinary, kind dogs, but something went wrong with an experiment. Or they were intentionally made like this. But who and for what purpose could create such a strange place?
Perhaps it's the work of some mad scientist or a group of pranksters. Or maybe it's part of some larger experiment. Regardless, our priority right now is to figure out how to navigate through these challenges and rescue those kittens.
Agreed. It seems that each trial is designed to test our skills and problem-solving abilities. We'll save these kittens and uncover the mystery of this strange place.
Hold the kitten, let's go find the next one.
I hope they're okay and still alive after all this time. But I don't think kittens would taste good. Plus, they're small and bony.
Great, another key. The door must be nearby.
There it is. Hurry up.
All right, what's up this time? These trials are really exciting.
There is a lot of dirt and stones around. Are we underground?
Look, we stepped on some strange material and it disappeared right under our feet. Just hope there's no trap like in Minecraft when you dig below yourself.
I hope the kids aren't claustrophobic. Let's make the atmosphere a little less gloomy by telling the kids a story about how there was a feud between cats and dogs in town. But we managed to band together to prevent something terrible from happening. It was a tense time in our city. Dogs and cats were at each other's throats, constantly bickering and fighting over territory and resources. It seemed like there was no end to the animosity between them.
Indeed, Dobie. The situation was dire. The streets were filled with growls and hisses, and it felt like the city was on the brink of chaos. But then something unexpected happened.
One day, a series of mysterious disappearances occurred. Dogs and cats from all over the city were vanishing without a trace. At first, we thought it was just the usual conflicts escalating, but it soon became clear that something more sinister was at play.
We knew we had to act fast. Despite the long-standing animosity between our two species, we realized that we were all in this together. We couldn't let our differences divide us any longer.
So, we put aside our rivalry and joined forces to investigate the disappearances. Working together was challenging at first, but as we delved deeper into the mystery, we discovered evidence pointing to a common enemy.
Hooray! We saved a kitten! It turns out that a group of rogue animals, neither dog nor cat, was behind the disappearances. They were trying to sow discord among us, using our differences against us to further their own agenda.
But we weren't about to let them succeed. With the help of our fellow dogs and cats, we tracked down the culprits and put an end to their scheme. In doing so, we realized that despite our differences, we were stronger together.
How sneaky! There was an evil doghead waiting for us right behind the door. I'm very glad that now cats and dogs in our city no longer harbor hatred towards each other.
I completely agree with you. Look, we found a door and immediately found the key. Very convenient.
While we were looking for that door, we found another key. Since we found another door as well, let's go through this one.
Labrador, I just remembered another interesting story. I always love spending time in the forest, enjoying nature, and collecting mushrooms. One warm autumn day, I decided to go for a walk in the woods alone. Labrador was busy with city affairs, and I thought some solitude wouldn't hurt. As I walked along the narrow path, I relished the fresh air and the vibrant colors of the autumn leaves. Soon, I stumbled upon a clearing with magnificent white mushrooms, and I began gathering them into my basket. Suddenly, I heard a strange noise coming from deep within the forest and decided to check it out. As I got closer, the forest came alive. The tree branches seemed alive and were moving as if trying to grab me. In a panic, I started looking for a way back, but the path had disappeared. Gathering all my courage, I continued forward, hoping to find a way out.
Oh no, we made a mistake. We've been here before.
Suddenly, I stumbled upon a deep pit filled with water and saw a large bear heading towards it. I froze, not daring to breathe. While the bear drank, I slowly and quietly began to retreat. But one of the branches under my foot snapped, and the bear looked up, staring straight at me. My basket of mushrooms fell from my hands, and I ran. I dashed through the forest, avoiding branches, until I burst onto a familiar clearing where the path leading out of the forest began. My heart was pounding, but I kept running until I reached safety. When I finally emerged from the forest, I was exhausted, but happy to have avoided danger.
Very engaging story with an unexpected twist, Dobie. Thanks for sharing it with us. Well, we found another key and are hurrying to open the penultimate door. Let's hope everything's all right with the kittens.
I see him behind the glass wall. We need to figure out how to reach it.
It looks like we'll have to do some parkour on the rocks. By the way, it really reminds me of the floor is lava mode. Guys, be sure to check out the video about this mode on our channel.
I'd like to take this golden key and melt it down. It could fetch a pretty penny. Something tells me there's a spawn point here for a reason.
You're right, the evil dog ate us.
How I love my job. From the outside, it seems very difficult. To some extent, it is. But when the work is enjoyable for you, all the difficulties seem trivial. It's always fun when you have such a cool partner like you, Labrador.
Very kind words, Dobie, thank you. You're a great partner too. But it seems like this is the last kitten.
Old Mama Cat, never lose your kittens again. Our adventure is coming to an end.
Here we are, finally out of that dreadful place and having done another good deed. It feels so satisfying. Anyway, thanks to everyone for watching. Feel free to suggest more games for us to play in the comments. Like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. But for now, we won't say goodbye. Hello everyone, today we will be playing Disaster Island Survival.
Everything is correct, Sheriff Labrador. We are about to face several catastrophes. We will test our resilience and learn how to act in such situations.
As you could see in the distance, there is an island where we will find ourselves in a few moments, and we will strive to remain calm in order to make clear decisions.
We have spawned. It seems to be a large cottage, and there are even villas on the beach.
And palm trees. We need to grab a couple of coconuts just in case there is a zombie apocalypse and we need to survive in a bunker.
I don't think we will face such a tough challenge right away. First, there should be a catastrophe, not survival.
Just look at this, there is even an elevator. It's a very luxurious cottage. I would stay here for a couple of weeks.
You know, it would be too much space for just the two of us and quite boring as well. I would invite all our friends.
I agree with you on that. We would have a great time here. But it seems the catastrophe is starting. It looks like there will be a heavy rain.
I'm afraid this is a sign that a flood is coming. We need to get as high as possible.
One moment, I want to confirm our suspicions. What if it's just a heavy rain?
No, it's very clear how quickly the water is covering everything on the ground.
I see the highest spot on this map. Let's climb up there.
Looks like we made it to the highest point, Labrador, just in time too. The water's rising fast.
Yeah, but it's getting crowded up here. We need to be careful. One wrong move and we could be knocked right into the water.
I know. If we fall in, we'll get soaked. And with this cold wind, we'll be shivering in no time. Not to mention the risk of getting sick.
Let's stay close to the center and keep our eyes open. If anyone gets too close, we'll politely remind them to give us some space.
Look, it seems the water has stopped rising. Maybe we can go a bit lower. It's safer there.
Good idea. There, we won't be crowded with others.
Look where the guy in the elevator went. He's going to drown.
Oh no, it looks like the water jammed the elevator's electronics and it's sinking. Poor guy.
Oh no! Someone pushed us into the water. Now our paws are wet. Why didn't we go to a deserted place like I said?
Hooray, buddy! We survived our first catastrophe. Now we know we need to be careful in crowds and always stay higher up.
All right, it looks like this is the Roblox office. Let's take the elevator to the top floor.
Oops, I hope that wasn't us who broke it. There will be a lot of people in the elevator now. We need to quickly press the button so they won't be able to get in.
Guys, you can't jump in the elevator or it might stop and you'll have to wait for the repairman.
I wonder if the guys who didn't get in the elevator with us will be able to escape the catastrophe. What if there's an earthquake now and we'll be in a disadvantageous position?
Someone didn't manage to get out of the elevator and they went down.
Judging by the warning, there's going to be a tsunami, so we were right to climb as high as possible. Great.
I wonder whose workspace is right in front of the elevator. It's not convenient, and the sounds of the moving elevator will be disturbing.
2 antennas. Let's climb up to the highest one.
I don't think there's a need to climb so high. And besides, there's a very high chance of falling and breaking into pieces up there.
Don't worry, Dobie. You remember that I'm a born parkourist.
Of course I remember. Here comes a giant wave. Let's tell the guys how you realized that parkour was for you and how you trained for it.
Of course. Back in the distant past, when I was still in school, I couldn't even imagine that parkour would become my calling. At that time, I was just an ordinary boy who spent more time with textbooks than outside.
Yes, but you always showed interest in physical activity. Do you remember how we often played games in the yard that involved running and jumping?
Of course I remember, but parkour, it was something completely new to me.
Hooray, we've overcome another catastrophe!
Oh right, where did I leave off? It all started by chance. One day, I saw a guy on the street effortlessly overcoming obstacles, as if dancing with them. I really liked it, so I decided to give it a try.
And how did it go?
Well, at first, it wasn't easy. I often fell and got bruises, but I didn't give up. I wanted to get better, so I kept training. Every day, I went out and jumped over railings, ran on roofs, and looked for new ways to move.
And eventually, you became a true master of parkour.
Yes, it was a long journey, but I realized that parkour is not just a sport, it's a way of life. It's about freedom, creativity, and self-confidence. And when I became sheriff, these qualities helped me in my work.
You're right, Labrador. Your experience in parkour has made you even more effective and flexible in fighting crime.
It looks like we're near an erupting volcano. Why would anyone build something close to a volcano? It's so dangerous.
Let's hope that the bubbling lava won't come flying at us directly in the face. Probably to prevent that from happening, we should move further away.
For example, we could squeeze in here between the containers, although it's very narrow and probably hard to breathe.
Then we should look around and find a better option. We could also try to hide in a house. At least there's a roof there.
Well, let's give it a try. The main thing is to have a good reaction in case the lava starts melting the wall and floor and flies towards us.
Labrador, let's talk about lava.
Okay. You know, Dobie, lava is such a fascinating and at the same time terrifying natural phenomenon.
Absolutely, Lab. Lava is both beautiful and deadly. It's amazing how something so destructive can also create new land.
Right? The sheer heat of it is incredible. Did you know that lava can reach temperatures of over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit?
That's scorching. It's hard to imagine something that hot, and the way it flows, almost like a slow-moving river, but with the potential to obliterate everything in its path.
It's a powerful reminder of the Earth's inner forces. I read somewhere that lava comes from the mantle, which is a part of the Earth that we'll never see, but it influences so much of what happens on the surface.
Yeah, and when it cools, it forms new rocks and even entire islands. It's like nature's way of recycling and renewing itself. It's hard to believe that all of this was created over time. Evolution is an amazing thing.
While we were talking about lava, we survived the catastrophe. So, it looks like this place sells cars. As usual, let's take the elevator to the top floor.
I hear the sounds of breaking glass. I don't understand why they're breaking it. It could have protected us during a catastrophe.
In a few seconds, we'll find out what kind of catastrophe we'll be facing. In the meantime, we can explore the building.
Wow, there's a car. Let's try to take it for a ride.
Let's try it. Just make sure we get in faster than that guy.
We did it. We can go. Oh no, an earthquake. We need to get out of here quickly.
My God, the wheel came off out of nowhere. How are we going to leave from here?
Let's try to get into the elevator. Maybe we can still escape from here.
What? Ouch! The ceiling collapsed on us. I'm hitting the gas as hard as I can.
Come on, elevator. Why aren't you moving?
We made it. Now we'll escape.
Why is it so slow?
Half of the building has already collapsed.
No, our car completely fell apart. What a pity. I really wanted to drive around the streets.
I can't get out. For some reason, I'm being pushed back. It's probably the 9.0 earthquake.
We made it out, but unfortunately, our car didn't survive.
Let's tell the guys the story of how we saved the city from destruction. It was an ordinary day in our quiet town when suddenly everything changed. The ground started shaking, houses were cracking at the seams, and panic filled the streets. Dobie and I, the sheriffs of this town, immediately knew we were dealing with something unusual.
We quickly gathered the people to find out what was happening, but I had my suspicions.
Yes, Dobie suspected it wasn't a simple earthquake. While he talked to the residents, I went to the scientific center on the outskirts of town. There, learning from the scientists that they were conducting experiments with earthquakes, I realized the cause was human intervention.
We couldn't allow this experiment to lead to a catastrophe. Together with Lab, we developed a plan of action. We had to stop the earthquake and save the city.
After evacuating people from the danger zone, we started taking action. The scientific team helped us develop methods to minimize the consequences of the experiment and soften the blow.
Through our combined efforts, we managed to prevent further destruction and save our city from disaster. It was a real challenge, but we did it together, Labrador. And the city is grateful to us for that.
Meanwhile, we're riding up the mountain on a ski lift. It's a shame we didn't bring skis.
I noticed that the wind is very strong and we're swaying. I hope we're strapped in. I'm not very fond of heights either.
Oh no, the acid rain has started. We need to urgently take cover under a roof.
It's too small a house. I don't think it will withstand the acid for long. Let's move to the neighboring large house.
I agree with you. A wall has already been blown away. Let's run.
We need to think through our actions a bit to anticipate all the consequences and prevent failure.
Horror, she didn't make it in time.
It's good that we have a small supply of health-restoring provisions in our bag.
By the way, there was once acid rain in our city too. Let's tell how it was. It was one of those days when everything around seemed calm until this nightmare began. The sky turned dark and acid rain started falling on the streets. The townsfolk were in panic. And we, Sheriffs Dobie and I, realized we needed to act urgently.
First, we had to calm the people down and organize the evacuation of those in danger zones. But then we decided to find out the cause of this nightmare.
And we were shocked to learn that it was all caused by a mad scientist conducting weather experiments. He accidentally triggered this acid rain and couldn't stop it.
We realized we had no time for deliberation. We needed to act fast to save the city. We assembled a team of rescuers and headed to the scene.
We devised a plan to stop the rain and clean the air from acid fumes. It was dangerous, but we had to take risks.
With the help of special devices and chemical agents, we managed to neutralize the acid precipitation and prevent further destruction.
Great, we've even survived this catastrophe.
It was great fun, Labrador.
Yeah.
Well, folks, our video is coming to an end, which means it's time to remind you to like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see the second episode of this Roblox place, let us know in the comments, and we won't say goodbye.
Hello, dear friends. As you can see, we are at school, which means today we will be escaping from Mr. Stinky.
Yeah, hello everyone. But first, we need to get out of the classroom. Crazy Mr. Stinky has hung our photo on the board and written that we're noobs. We need to prove him wrong.
We'll gladly do that. I think we'll manage it easily since we're real sheriffs. Let's activate the fire alarm and escape before anyone comes.
Sheriff Labrador, we have many tough challenges ahead, but we need to save our strength for the final boss battle.
Oops, it turns out he was very close the whole time. Looks like stealth isn't an option. Run!
He's looking at us so terrifyingly, with such a beastly smile. He's about to catch up with us. We need to speed up.
Did it seem like he pushed us with his belly? Maybe he's just trying to scare us or play with us. He probably just wants to see how we handle his challenges.
Ha ha ha! Why did he fall asleep? All right, better not take any chances.
Looks like someone before us tried to escape and stepped into this strange green liquid. I hope it's not snot.
Better snot than acid, I suppose.
We're climbing into the ventilation. We need to hold our breath to avoid choking on the dust.
Now we're gonna do a little parkour. We all remember that you're a professional at it, so I'm sure we'll pass through it without any mistakes. Looks like he's already awake. I hope he doesn't attack us now.
Just look at how creepy it looks. Why did he drill through the wall and peek at us through a hole instead of just setting up a camera?
Brr, very spooky. Maybe he thinks this will scare us and we won't be able to continue.
He won't scare us like this. We face scarier things. We just need to ignore him and focus on reaching our goal. We need to figure out how to open the gates.
I think those two buttons should open them. The question is whether we need to press them separately or at the same time.
It would seem unfair of the developer to make a door that can only be opened together. Well, we'll find out soon when we press the second button.
How much money and time do you think went into creating all these trials? He's really crazy. Why did he need to create all this just to watch crying children?
Great! The door opened. I think he spent around $500,000 in about 6 years on all of this. But we can't say for sure because we haven't seen the other trials yet, and I'm sure they'll be even more elaborate.
Oh, I've seen this trial somewhere before. I know what's coming next.
It's possible he's conducting these trials and observing us to learn our weaknesses and defeat us in the final battle.
Good theory, but right now we need to focus on not getting hit by the laser. Listen, I don't quite understand lasers in games and how they can disintegrate things, because I've never seen such lasers in real life. Only those you can play with a cat or aim with a weapon.
Dobie, there are lasers in existence that are very powerful and used in materials processing or furniture manufacturing. Their strength allows them to cut through various objects.
Got it, thanks. Look, this guy is suggesting that we take some secret path. I'm not sure if we should listen to him or not.
Well, I think if it's a trap and we get killed there, it's not a big deal, because we'll just respawn and continue on the normal path. Plus, it's very curious to see what's there.
It looks like a giant suspended platform. Maybe we're about to have a boss battle. But why did that guy say it's a secret way?
It seems like all we can do is press this red button.
On the count of 3.
Let's go!
All right.
It seems like the button really spawned the boss. He looks like Mr. Stinky, but with legs made of sewer pipes.
And under his body, there's a large gear. What could that mean?
Maybe Mr. Stinky likes steampunk, and that's why he made a robot copy of himself. It even knows how to throw its hat. Perhaps it has artificial intelligence built in?
Given the advancement of technology, it's possible, but the problem is that Mr. Stinky is 1,000,000 years old and wouldn't have mastered such technology. However, considering how crazy he is, we can expect a lot from him.
Just a little more HP left for him. The key is not to get too close so he can't reach us with his hat.
Yes! That was a bit exhausting. He was too strong. Or maybe they gave us too weak of a weapon.
All right, what's next? We defeated him and they didn't even give us anything? What nonsense. Maybe they'll at least leave us the weapons.
Phew! I wanted to go back but accidentally jumped. No big deal. They'll respawn us now.
In the end, that guy just blatantly tricked us. He probably wanted to laugh at us failing, but something didn't go according to plan. Did you notice that the edges of these books have spikes? That's very dangerous.
And there were also some balls with spikes. They looked a lot like viruses. I hope we didn't get sick from being near them.
I think we almost ran into a spiked mace. I didn't even notice it when I was jumping.
Oh no, it's Yellow-Toothed Larissa. Grab the weapon and shoot her in the eye.
Listen, so that means she's Mrs. Stinky. Because her breath smells bad, looks like she hasn't brushed her teeth in a long time. Fate! I hope she at least takes a shower.
And she also has terrible makeup and an ugly wart on her face. So it all makes sense now. Mr. and Mrs. Stinky are dating. Very interesting.
Hooray! The second boss is defeated. After the video, we'll need to celebrate our victories.
Sheriff Labrador, do you remember how we saved the town from the approaching tsunami?
Of course, Dobie. I remember every day of our teamwork. Sometimes before bed, I recall many of our adventures together, and it warms my heart instantly.
That's wonderful. Let's tell this story to the guys then. After a long day at work, Labrador and I finally boarded the bus heading home. We were tired, but satisfied with a job well done. Suddenly, through the bus window, we noticed the sky darkening. and the sea began to rage. Taking a closer look, we realized a tsunami was approaching our town.
Without hesitation, we jumped up and asked the driver to stop the bus. The driver, seeing our determination, complied immediately. We rushed out of the bus and ran to the nearest police station to raise the alarm.
We knew time was short. At the station, we contacted local authorities and warned them of the impending threat. All services were immediately mobilized to evacuate people from coastal areas and reinforce the dikes.
I took on the coordination of the evacuation. Alongside firefighters and rescuers, we began going door to door, warning residents and helping them quickly leave the danger zone. Meanwhile, Dobie organized barricades and directed transport for evacuating people.
The work was intense, but coordinated. The townspeople acted quickly and efficiently, following our instructions. The tsunami was already approaching as we completed the evacuation and reinforced the last dikes.
When the wave hit, we were ready. The high barricades and reinforced dikes withstood the force of the water. The town remained intact, and the residents were safe.
After the tsunami receded, we inspected the town. The damage was minimal thanks to the quick response and collective efforts of all services. The residents thanked us for our prompt action and rescue.
We returned home with a sense of having accomplished something truly significant. A saved town and the grateful faces of the residents were the best reward for our hard work.
Guys, if you enjoy our stories, be sure to write about it in the comments because we have plenty more to share.
I hope this guy won't interfere with us now.
It seems he's really getting in our way. Ugh, why did he stand up there and not move? There's no space as it is.
Let's remember another story about the cunning plan of the raccoons so we don't get too upset.
We went outside to investigate and saw strange glowing objects in the sky, resembling UFOs. These were devices disrupting the operation of electrical appliances, and their origin remained a mystery until we received a message from local residents who had seen raccoons placing something suspicious in the sewers.
We realized that raccoons, known for their cunning, had been planning this scheme for years, aiming to bring us back to the Stone Age. It posed a serious threat to our town, and we had to act quickly.
Gathering a team, we descended into the sewer pipes where we discovered and deactivated the devices disrupting electricity. It was a dangerous mission, but thanks to our unity and professionalism, we managed to succeed.
Look, we've reached some kind of cup. I think it's a trap. It can't be this easy. Someone is probably going to ambush us now.
Well, what should we do? Let's take it.
Yes, we were right. It was actually predictable. But the fact that this cup is our weapon is amazing.
How did Mr. Stinky make this robot? I wonder if it's hollow inside, but it's pure steel, so it must be very heavy. You have to be careful it doesn't fall on you, or it'll crush you flat.
It's possible it's not even a robot, but a giant suit. Maybe he's sitting inside it and controlling it.
Oh no, I didn't expect his attack to kill in one hit. It's okay though, everything's saved, and he's down to less than half HP. We'll finish him off quickly now. Let's go.
I didn't quite understand. He has another attack where he jumps, but just in case, I jump too. Maybe it's his lethal ground wave.
Yeah! Great job, Labrador. It seems that was the final boss. We can safely leave this cursed school now.
I hope they let us keep this cup. Besides reminding us of our victory and the effort we put into overcoming all the trials, it can still shoot. I would like a weapon disguised as a regular item. It could save someone's life.
And when you hold it in your hands, you run very fast. Probably because you feel pride in your victory and gain motivation.
Thank you for the support and for being a good conversation partner, Dobie. Without our teamwork, we wouldn't have made it to the end and wouldn't have been able to defeat the final boss.
Thank you too, Lab. I really enjoyed this place. Guys, if you know any other interesting Roblox places, be sure to write them in the comments so we can check them out.
Thank you guys for watching our videos all the way to the end. Well, our video is coming to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
Hello again, everyone. This time we will be escaping from the Yeti's icy village.
Yeah, as you can see, this place is very beautiful. You can really tell that life is bustling here. During our adventure, we'll definitely need to explore everything thoroughly and get to know the local residents.
I think they are very friendly and hospitable. Look, they're skating on the ice right in front of us. When I was a kid, I loved ice skating and skiing with my parents. It's a shame I don't always have time for those activities now.
I also had many hobbies as a child. I'm glad I got to try many different sports. In some way, it helped me choose my profession.
According to that sign, in this challenge, we need to gather 3 cubes in one place. Let's do it!
All right, I see the second one. Only 1 cube left to find.
There it is. It was so close the whole time.
It's strange that they change size when we pick them up, but it doesn't matter. We managed to build a staircase with them, which allowed us to get the pineapple that opens the passage.
And there it is. I wonder what other challenges we'll face on our journey.
Oh, we just came out on the other side. Couldn't we have just walked around?
Hello, little penguins. How are you feeling?
I think they don't quite understand our language. We need to open a school here for the intellectual development of penguins.
Oh my God, a familiar game. Here we have to guess the correct tile a few times to pass this challenge.
Great. We've already guessed one.
Excellent. I think the left is a trap, so let's go to the right.
Oops, that was a mistake. And we even broke another glass while falling. Let the subscribers write in the comments which way we should jump next.
I want to go to the right. I hope you guessed right. Labrador, have you ever thought about the positives of our job as sheriffs?
Of course, Dobie. Being a sheriff isn't just about challenges and dangers. There are many positive aspects to this job. What specifically do you mean?
Well, for example, one of the positives is the opportunity to help people. Every day, we do something that truly impacts the lives of others.
I agree. Helping and protecting our community is a great honor and responsibility. It gives me a sense of pride in our work. It's also a fantastic opportunity to set an example for the younger generation.
Yes, being role models is important. Kids look up to us and see what can be achieved by being brave and determined. And what about diversity? Each day brings something new.
Absolutely. The job is never boring. We meet different people, encounter various situations, and learn something new every day. This helps us grow and develop.
And let's not forget teamwork. We have a great team, and each of us contributes to the collective effort. We support each other and tackle any challenges together.
Mutual support is key to success in our profession. I also appreciate the opportunity to be outdoors and stay active. We're not stuck in an office all day, which helps us stay physically fit.
Yes, staying active is great. And of course, there's a sense of satisfaction knowing that we've done something meaningful. Every case solved, every person saved, is proof that our work matters.
Absolutely. Being a sheriff is more than just a job. It's a way of life and a calling. Despite all the challenges, I wouldn't trade this job for anything else.
I completely agree, Labrador. Being a sheriff is not only a challenge, but also a tremendous satisfaction from making the world a better place.
Yes, and every day we continue to discover new positives about our job, finding them in the most unexpected places.
Hey, Labrador, since we're in such a cold place right now, let's share a story. It was our first vacation in many years of service, Labrador. Honestly, I couldn't even imagine we'd end up at the North Pole, let alone meet Santa Claus himself.
Yes, Dobie, it was an incredible adventure. The entire helicopter flight to the North Pole felt like something out of a fairy tale. And when we stepped out of the helicopter and saw that snowy landscape, I was simply speechless.
Remember how we wandered through those icy expanses, enjoying the absolute silence. And suddenly, just when we were about to head back, we saw him, Santa Claus, racing through the sky on his sleigh with reindeer.
It was truly something else. I never expected Santa Claus to actually exist. He was so jolly and kind-hearted. And his reindeer. They were absolutely magnificent.
We decided to approach him and have a chat. Santa turned out to be very friendly and allowed us to try his famous cookies, which he bakes for children all around the world.
Yes, and his skill in sleigh driving was just extraordinary. He told us many fascinating stories about his adventures. I'll remember that day forever.
When it was time to say goodbye, Santa wished us a safe journey and a Merry Christmas. Labrador and I thanked him and promised to pass on his kind words to all the people in our town.
This vacation at the North Pole was a true gift for us. We came back home with warm memories and the certainty that miracles do exist in this world.
Oh no, poor golden penguin. It seems he was swept away by a waterfall and frozen in the ice. After our escape, we'll definitely rescue him. I've heard that many animals can survive being frozen.
I'm sure he'll be fine. We just need to bring something to melt this ice block.
Oops! Looks like in this challenge, the floor is very slippery, and we shouldn't step on the snow blocks.
But making just one mistake, this challenge becomes very simple. Let's see what awaits us next.
All right, I can already see some kind of mysterious portal ahead. Hopefully it doesn't teleport us straight into the Yeti's lair.
Let's find out right now.
It doesn't seem to be working, but we're starting to glow. We need to figure out what this has done for us.
I got it. It seems like it gave us some sort of anti-gravity effect.
We're weightless, just like on the moon.
Since we're talking about space, let's tell the guys about how we went to space. This day started like any other on duty, but everything changed when we received that top secret call. The government assigned us a mission we could only dream of. We were going to spend a week in space and even visit the moon.
When I first heard about it, I couldn't believe my ears. Space! It was my childhood dream, and now it was becoming a reality. We went through an accelerated astronaut training course, and soon we were in the space shuttle, ready for launch.
The launch was absolutely thrilling. First, the powerful acceleration, then the weightlessness. We found ourselves in space, and it was an incredible feeling. Our mission included not only observing the Earth, but also collecting samples from the moon.
Hold on. It looks like we'll have to put our story on hold for a bit, because I have a feeling this is all leading up to something important.
Oh my God, it's a giant octopus. How terrifying it is.
Good thing we prepared before the fight and grabbed the bow from the chest. Now, let's teach this big guy a lesson.
Oh, look at the floor. It seems there's a blinking check mark. What could it mean?
We need to figure it out quickly, as it could be the key to how we fight him.
I'll stand on the check mark just in case because it seems more trustworthy than the red X. And while we're jumping around, we need to make sure to deal damage to him.
Listen, I think I'm starting to understand what all these floor signs mean. The octopus strikes exactly on the tiles where the X was. So these are signs for us to dodge his attack. That means you were right. It's better to stand on the check mark.
Hooray! Great job, Dobie. That's what he deserves. Nothing to stand in the way of our escape.
Perfectly. Here's the bridge for us. Come on, let's quickly move on to the next challenge and continue our story about how we visited the moon. At first, we got used to the weightlessness and settled in on board. The view of Earth from space was mesmerizing, but the main challenge awaited us ahead, landing on the moon.
Approaching the moon, we felt a mix of excitement and responsibility. We knew this mission was important not only for us, but for the entire country. The landing went smoothly, and there we were, taking our first steps on the lunar surface.
It was like a movie. Lunar soil under our feet, vast, empty plains, and absolute silence. We started collecting samples, carefully packing them into special containers. Labrador, do you remember how difficult it was to move around in those bulky spacesuits?
Yes, it wasn't easy, but we managed. We collected the necessary samples and even conducted a few scientific experiments. Ensuring everything was securely packed, we headed back to the shuttle.
The return journey was full of anticipation. We knew our mission was nearing completion, and we had to safely return to Earth. The landing was successful, and a whole team of specialists greeted us.
That week in space was an unforgettable experience. We brought back valuable samples from the moon and accomplished our mission. Now, when we look at the night sky, we know we've been there and done something important for science and our country.
It was the greatest adventure of our lives, and I'm glad we tackled it together. Who knows what other challenges await us in the future? But one thing I know for sure, together, we're ready for any trials, even those beyond our planet.
So, we've covered a lot of ground already. I think we're about to encounter the final boss soon. I think it's going to be the Yeti himself.
I can't wait for the moment when we escape from here. I think this battle is going to be legendary.
I think we should wait a little longer, and in the meantime, we can enjoy watching these fish.
Oh, it seems they are not friendly towards us. What a shame. Only the penguins were friendly.
Then we'll have to navigate this parkour very carefully. No worries though, I'm a professional at it.
Perfect, Labrador. We've gathered this strange fruit that opened up a passage for us. Now we can continue onwards.
I think there's a catch here. It's not for nothing that there are two beams here.
Oops, you're right. One of them was cut through. No worries though, now we know we need to go left.
It's going to be more challenging here, but I've come up with a way to test the strength of these beams without falling down.
It doesn't seem to be working very well, or maybe all the beams are fine.
No, one of them was supposed to kill us. It's good that we checked.
I see a minecart ahead. Have you ever ridden one of those?
Not exactly one like that. I haven't worked in a mine, but I have ridden roller coasters, and it's very similar.
This also reminds me of when we recently played Minecraft and built a railway. Guys, if you want to see our Minecraft survival adventure, be sure to give a like.
And now it's time to say goodbye. If you want a second part of our escape adventure, let us know in the comments. What? Where are we, Dobie?
I don't know, but it looks a lot like a children's room with toys everywhere.
Wait a minute, it can't be. This looks like the Evil Doll's room. Hello, everyone! Today, Dobie and I are going to escape from the Evil Doll's house. What will we encounter?
And what awaits us will be a multitude of amazing and mysterious challenges. Our goal is not only to escape, but also to defeat the evil doll herself.
Just look at this room. It even has a special atmosphere that makes you start to feel like a child again.
I completely agree with you, Labrador. Today we will also plunge into childhood and explore the house of this doll.
So, it looks like we need to go through this small passage. The arrows lead to the house. Hopefully, the battle with the doll won't start too soon.
We picked up some candy. I wouldn't try it. She might have poisoned it. We need to find 10 of these candies.
It seems like we need to jump here. Let's postpone it for a bit and explore this house. Maybe we'll find something useful here.
Great. It wasn't in vain that we looked around. We found another candy.
Hooray! Checkpoint so we can die.
How much she loves herself, hanging her own portraits. I think you took your phrase too seriously. There was no need to die for a check.
I accidentally thought it was okay to walk there.
Ahead is another hole. Where are we descending to? It's like we're not far from hell.
Doesn't look like hell. It's a mountain of dishes here.
Listen, for me, a mountain of dishes is hell. I hate washing them.
And I'm the opposite. I enjoy it. I turn on my favorite playlist and sing along. It really lifts my spirits.
It's very strange. It seems like this place hasn't been cleaned in years. Maybe instead of washing dishes, she just buys new ones?
Yeah, that seems to be the case. I can't think of any other explanation for this mess.
It feels like we still have forever to go. I don't see the end in the distance. These arrows do have a mesmerizing effect, almost as if they're intentionally arranged to create an illusion or induce hallucinations.
Did you notice that in this room the floor is lava? But I see roses in this lava. It seems like these are hallucinations.
I see them too. Great, we've reached another checkpoint.
It seems like there's finally an end. Phew, I hope the next location won't involve parkour. I'm a bit tired already.
Some creepy toys, perhaps a demon has possessed them, or the souls of children are trapped inside them. Brr! Scary. By the way, did you know that in Poppy Playtime, the toys aren't actually bloody, but it's a mixture of red Poppy? I recently studied the storyline of this game. It's very interesting.
No, I didn't know. I'll definitely check it out in my free time, but just look at how we were fooled. It turns out we didn't see the real end, but now we can see the house in the distance. It seems like we should head there.
Let's hurry up then. I can even see a Ferris wheel. It's a very interesting location. I'd like the amusement park to be close to our police station.
Hey, Dobie, have you ever thought about candies?
Of course, Lab. Who doesn't love sweets?
True that. But do you have a favorite candy?
Well, I think my choice is chocolate candies with nuts. What about you?
I prefer caramel candies. They're like a sweet sound in the middle of the workday.
Agreed. Sometimes caramel can be a real lifesaver. But you know what's even better than candies?
I don't think anything can be better than candies. Well, maybe even more candies.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on the same page with you. Candies are just incredibly delicious.
You just look at her. Why is she sitting there staring at us and didn't even say hello?
It seems to me she pretended to be an inanimate doll, but was actually watching us.
Then it's even scarier. Maybe we need to walk around here and find a way to open the gates.
Here it is, the button. Looks like we need to press 3 of these.
It says you can hide here. Looks like we're about to face some dangerous challenge.
Let's go.
And here she is, descending on her long braids. How does she see anything with those eyes?
Oops, let's hide quickly. I want to watch her from a safe place.
Let's climb higher. Maybe she won't notice us that way.
Did you see that? Her braids just flickered past the room. I'd hold my breath.
We mustn't forget our current task, namely to press 2 more buttons.
It's good that we took a look around. It's never unnecessary. Actually, I see quite a few rooms here where we can hide, so this challenge will be very easy for us, especially considering that we have experience as sheriffs.
I constantly hear her whispering. It's very unsettling.
Oh no, she's behind us. We need to hurry and press this button and hide. Let's lighten the mood and ease the tension by telling the folks a couple of interesting stories.
Okay, let me get started. It was a regular morning in our quiet town. Sheriff Dobie and I decided to relax a bit and headed to our favorite corner cafe to enjoy some delicious donuts and good conversation. Just as we were starting to savor the aroma of fresh donuts, our tranquility was suddenly disrupted. We received a call from the evil ice cream vendor, who allegedly hypnotized children with his ice cream and demanded ransom. Without hesitation, we abandoned the donuts and rushed to the scene. The situation was serious, and we needed to act quickly. Upon arrival at the ice cream stand, we found a group of children with blank, trance-like stares, as if they were indeed under hypnosis. We realized that the ice cream contained some strange component that affected the children's minds. Without wasting any time, we devised a plan. I distracted the ice cream vendor by asking him questions about his ice cream, while Dobie searched for and destroyed the source of the hypnotic influence. Thanks to our coordinated efforts, we were able to expose the villain and free all the children from his control. We apprehended the ice cream vendor and handed him over to the police.
Great story, Labrador. In the meantime, we've passed the first mini-challenge and are tackling the parkour again. Let me continue our tales. Waking up to the unexpected sounds of fireworks, I immediately sensed that something was amiss. After all, it was still early in the morning, and such loud noises didn't fit the usual order of things in our town. Getting out of bed, I realized that I needed to check what was going on. Stepping outside, my nose caught something strange. The smell of smoke and fire. Sheriff Labrador, my faithful partner, was already waiting for me outside my house, and his expression said it all. Something serious had happened. Following our instincts, we decided to investigate the area where we heard the fireworks. Soon enough, we found the source of the smoke. A warehouse storing goods for our town was on fire. We quickly approached the scene and began unraveling the puzzle. The traces left at the crime scene told us that it was the work of malicious criminals, unwilling to bring anything good to our town. Gathering all possible evidence, we concluded that our task was to find the culprits and prevent further attacks on our community. Thanks to our efforts and meticulous investigation, we were able to track down the criminals and arrest them before they could do any more harm.
Dobie, you remembered another captivating story as well, but I can already feel that we're close to our goal. The final battle with the boss, the evil doll, is just around the corner. But before that, I want to share one more of my stories. After a long and well-deserved break, when Dobie and I finally returned to work, I felt full of enthusiasm and ready for action. However, to our surprise, the first few hours on duty were completely calm. Not a single call came in, and I began to find it suspicious. Suspicions grew when I noticed that our antenna wasn't transmitting signals. Apparently, something had happened to the wires. We started checking and found that the wires had been chewed through. The culprit turned out to be an evil raccoon, who clearly didn't want us to receive calls and be able to help people. Realizing immediately that our communication was disrupted, I pressed the SOS button to alert the other sheriffs about the problem. We couldn't afford to leave our town unprotected due to unexpected technical issues. Soon after that, the calls started pouring in one after another. It was obvious that people needed our help, and there was no time to waste. Dobie and I immediately headed to the scenes to assist those in need.
Oh my God, while you were telling us your story, we've already started battling the evil doll. Let's give her a fight.
Did you see how that giant candy nearly hit us on the head? We need to not only aim at it, but also dodge its attacks.
She seems to really love sweets. How is she not stuck in another place? Oh, she's a doll.
Shoot more accurately, our shots are missing.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
By the way, Dobie, have you ever thought about the harm of sweets?
Of course, Lab. Sweets can be delicious, but they can also be harmful, especially if consumed in excess.
Exactly. I've noticed that lately our residents have been consuming too many sweets. This can lead to health problems, especially for children.
Yes, and not just for children. We need to inform our citizens about the importance of balanced nutrition and limiting the consumption of sweets.
Agreed. Let's organize a campaign to educate people about the dangers of excessive sugar consumption. Together, we can make our city healthier and stronger.
Yes, we did it. Well done, Sheriff Labrador.
Hold on. Maybe we haven't won yet. I'm not quite sure what she's doing right now.
It seems like I understand what's about to happen, and I'm glad about it.
Oh my, what a ridiculous death. It must be quite embarrassing, especially considering she almost had us for dinner.
Absolutely! It's time to celebrate our victory for real now!
Sometimes even the cringiest dances feel like a victory lap, don't they?
I agree with you, but it's still good that other players don't see it.
It seems like we've reached the end of this place. which means it's time to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching us escape from this house today, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, don't forget to suggest other Roblox places for us to play. We're not saying goodbye. Hello everyone, today we will be escaping from the Dog Day prison.
Hi everyone, Dobie is here too.
As you can see, we're behind bars, and our goal today is to escape from here.
Could it be that he locked us up as revenge for our past escapes from his friends?
Let's quickly climb into this ventilation shaft. I think we can get out of this cell through it. Look, there's a corpse here. He probably tried to escape too, but it didn't work out for him.
Let's keep climbing higher and higher. I think this will help us get out of here faster.
Oh, look, there's a red button here. We need to press it.
Let's jump on these platforms. I hope they don't fall down.
Oh, look, there's another ventilation shaft here. I think there are so many ventilation shafts in this house for a reason.
Hooray! We're finally done with the ventilation shafts. Look over there. Dog Day is nearby. We need to be careful.
Oh, there are so many corpses here. We should make sure we don't end up like them.
Dog Day is running right behind us. We need to break away from him quickly.
Look at that arrow. I think we should follow it.
Let's jump on these pipes. They should lead us somewhere farther away from Dog Day.
I think they won't catch us here. We're too high off the ground.
Even though we're safe, we need to be careful, or we could fall down.
Let's quickly drop down. I think they definitely won't reach us there.
Oh, there are a lot of corpses here again. It seems like they didn't manage to escape from here.
I hope the stalls are empty. I wouldn't want to encounter anyone there.
Wow, let's dig this hole even bigger. I think then we'll be able to get out somewhere.
Let's dig even better.
Oh, we fell into a secret room. It's so big.
Woo, there's lava below. We need to try not to fall in, or we'll get roasted.
Yeah, we need to jump carefully. I don't want to get roasted like a KFC chicken.
I was just thinking, where did the lava come from here? Are we really this close to the Earth's core?
I think we're not that close. This lava is probably artificial.
Wow, that's a giant skull. It looks intimidating.
Those are some deep pits. We need to be careful not to fall into them.
Well, we can handle it.
Look, there's a whole road here. I think we should go there.
That's a huge road. It could accommodate 1,000 trucks at once.
Look, there's a giant ball flying above the road. We need to hide from it.
That ball was gigantic. Good thing it didn't crush us.
I wonder where they get such enormous balls from.
I think they have a whole factory for producing them.
Look, I think we should go there. That's probably the entrance to a new zone.
Maybe? Yeah, here we go again. Something new.
There are a bunch of corpses here again. We need to escape from here as quickly as possible.
Oh, Dog Day is here again. We need to make sure he doesn't catch up with us.
He's very close to us. Just a little more, and he'll catch up with us.
We need to get to that ladder. Most likely, Dog Day won't be able to climb it.
Yeah, Dog Day didn't follow us. Now our task is to climb up.
I think it shouldn't be too difficult. After all, we're sheriffs.
Look, we're almost at the top already. That was easy.
Look, there's some lever over there. We need to press it.
Oh, wow! We activated the elevator. I hope it doesn't take us right into Dog Day's jaws.
You seem quite worried. Everything will be fine.
Here we are. We've arrived. New adventures await us.
Wait a minute. I see a familiar vending machine on the left.
Oh, another red button. I love pressing these.
Judging by the lightning, we're about to become very fast.
Yeah, we're really fast now. I think we can overcome any obstacles.
They prepared a huge obstacle course for us. Where do they find the time for all this?
I think they built this a long time ago. It's just that not many people have managed to escape until now.
But that's not a problem for us. After all, we're really cool.
Hey, Labrador, let's tell the story of how we dressed up as Poppy Playtime characters for Halloween.
It was a crisp October evening and the town was buzzing with excitement for Halloween. Dobie and I, always up for some festive fun, decided to surprise everyone with our costumes. We had been fans of the eerie indie game Poppy Playtime, so we donned our best renditions of Huggy Wuggy and Poppy.
As Huggy Wuggy, I sported a giant plush suit with glowing eyes and oversized hands. It was surprisingly comfortable for something so monstrous looking. Labrador, on the other hand, transformed into Poppy with a sleek black and white costume, complete with a signature doll-like mask, an eerie smile.
Decked out in our costumes, we patrolled the streets, much to the delight and occasional fright of the townsfolk. Children giggled and asked for pictures, while adults marveled at our dedication to the theme. It was all in good fun, and we were thrilled to spread some Halloween cheer.
Of course, being sheriffs, our duty didn't stop with just costumes. We made sure everyone stayed safe during trick-or-treating, reminding drivers to watch out for excited kids crossing the streets and ensuring that everyone followed the rules of the night.
As the evening wore on, we joined the town's Halloween parade. leading the way with our larger-than-life personas. The sight of Huggy Wuggy and Poppy strolling down Main Street brought smiles to faces young and old, and we couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in bringing a bit of magic to our community.
When the night finally came to a close and the last candy had been handed out, we gathered with friends and neighbors to share stories and laughter. Our costumes may have been inspired by a spooky game, but the camaraderie and joy we felt were truly heartwarming. Another Halloween in the books, and we couldn't have asked for a better way to celebrate with our town.
As we took off our costumes and bid farewell to the festivities, we knew that the memories of this Halloween, dressed as characters from Poppy Playtime, would linger for years to come. It was a night of community, creativity, and a reminder that even sheriffs need a bit of playful fun now and then.
Enough with the story. We're moving at high speed and jumping over a chasm. We need to be careful.
Oh, a ladder going up. We're climbing higher and higher. They must have intentionally built such a complicated obstacle course.
Oh, a huge fan lifting us up. This is really thrilling.
Ventilation again. I think they intentionally connect passages like this.
Yeah, I think you're right.
A new room, new adventures ahead, Dobie.
Oh, look, Dog Day is here again. He's everywhere chasing us. We need to find a way to escape from him again.
I think we can't just escape like that. We'll have to defeat him.
Then we need to do it as quickly as possible, or we won't make it out alive.
Let's run to that Foodzuka. I think we can defeat him with its help.
Let's shoot at him as often as possible. That way, we'll deal with him faster.
We'll have to shoot a lot, but we're very accurate. They trained us well in shooting during our sheriff training for a reason.
We need to be careful. He's shooting back at us, and it's slowing us down. We'd better start dodging.
We're already dodging. He's just a good shot, too.
We're almost there. Let's finish this.
Of course, let's start bombarding him with tomatoes.
Let's make a couple of final shots.
Hooray, we finally defeated him. After all this time, we did it.
Hey, Labrador, let's tell the story of how we saved the city from a dreadful virus.
It started with whispers and worried glances among the townsfolk. Rumors of a mysterious illness spreading quickly through our community turned into a grim reality, faster than we could comprehend. Dobie and I, as sheriffs sworn to protect our town, knew we had to act swiftly and decisively.
The first cases were unsettling. People fell ill with symptoms that worsened rapidly. The hospital filled up and fear gripped the streets. But amidst the panic, Labrador and I remained determined to stem the tide of this deadly virus.
We coordinated with local health officials and medical experts, setting up emergency response teams to isolate and treat the infected. Every public space was sanitized, and quarantine measures were enforced rigorously to prevent further spread.
As the virus continued to spread, we faced challenges unlike any before. Misinformation and fear threatened to undermine our efforts, but we remained steadfast in our mission to protect every resident, regardless of the obstacles.
We launched a massive public awareness campaign, educating the community about hygiene practices, social distancing, and the importance of staying informed from credible sources. It was a race against time, but we couldn't afford to lose.
Days turned into weeks, and our resolve was tested. We worked tirelessly, day and night, coordinating resources, delivering supplies, and ensuring that no one was left behind. The toll on our town was immense, but so was the strength of our unity.
Finally, breakthroughs came. Medical teams made progress in treating the virus, and new protocols for testing and containment were implemented successfully. Gradually, the number of new cases began to decline, and hope returned to our streets.
Yo, Labrador, enough with the story. We've got Dog Day to deal with here. We need to defeat him, or he'll crush us.
He created a giant robot with a funny yet frightening face. I hope it doesn't eat us whole.
Oh, we broke one of his arms. Now we need to shoot at the other one.
I'm doing just that. Hopefully his other arm will break soon too.
We're almost there. Just a little bit more.
Yeah, almost done. Just a couple more shots.
Hooray! We defeated Dog Day, the main one. It wasn't easy, but we did it.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but as sheriffs, we had to do it.
Look, there's a police car over there. I think we should get in and drive away as far as possible.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get out of here as quickly as possible.
Let's speed up as fast as we can and fly down this road quickly.
Look at all the escapees around us. They've gone through the same path as us. I bet it wasn't easy for them either.
There are so many of them, but I'm happy for them. Now they can live a free life.
I'm happy for them too. Their families must have been waiting for them, and now they are free.
Don't forget, we're in a game. I think it's not as bad as you said.
Look, there's some kind of structure over there. Let's climb up there.
Yes, let's do it quickly.
I think it's built specifically for observing the territory. We'll have a better view of everything around from there.
You're probably right. That's likely why it was built.
Here, to get up there, you need to do some parkour. It's definitely not built for regular people. Not everyone can overcome such obstacles.
Well, that's it. I think we've escaped.
Hey everyone, this is already the second part of our escape from the running heads.
Hey, hello again, everyone. Be sure to watch the first part of our video if you haven't seen it yet.
Now we're on stage 6. As you can see, we're in some kind of dark house.
It's very gloomy here. Good thing we have a flashlight with us.
We're sheriffs, so let's move further down this dark corridor.
Oh, look, a running head just appeared. I hope it didn't notice us.
It's very dumb and slow. We'll easily escape from it.
These heads are everywhere, but I don't think they pose a threat to us.
Yes, Dobie. We've been trained for much tougher situations in sheriff training.
Wow, what's a giant soccer ball doing here? Are they playing soccer here while no one's around?
Where do you think these heads came from?
I think they were brought here by aliens on UFOs.
Maybe they came here by themselves? It looks like they belong to some ancient species that we haven't seen yet.
They're very creepy, that's for sure. And those eyes, they seem to follow you wherever you wanted to go. Oh no, it was a trap. We should have anticipated that.
I agree. We need to think ahead. But that trap wasn't visible there. And those pink lips, why do they need this weird makeup? I got goosebumps on my skin. We'd better keep an eye on them. There may be problems if they start wandering around the city.
Look, we've moved on to a new stage. If we keep moving at this speed, we'll get out of here very soon.
Oh, did you notice how cool this stage is? It's like we're playing an old 2D game. I loved playing 2D games as a kid.
I enjoyed playing them too. I've completed a lot of games back in the day. For example, Super Mario.
Guys, you all remember who's the best parkourist in town, right? My skills will help us breeze through this stage quickly.
Actually, while I was helping you learn, my skills were also improving. So now we're about at the same level.
That's awesome, Dobie. Together, we can focus our strengths on one problem.
Let's pick up the pace here.
Wow, what's that giant two-headed monster?
Oh no, we fell into their trap again. We should have jumped over them from above.
No worries, Dobie. Let's just think more carefully from now on.
Safety is my middle name. You can count on me.
We need to be more careful here. They can easily reach us.
They won't catch us. After all, we're sheriffs who are very good at our job.
Oh, look, it's turned into a maze here. The main thing is not to get lost in it.
Of course, we won't get lost here.
I don't trust this arrow. Let's go the other way.
Oh no, it's another cleverly planned trap. We should have followed that arrow.
No, Dobie, there's a trap there too. I saw another passage here.
Then lead us to that passage. Hopefully now everything will be safe.
See, I told you so.
Let's move faster and progress quickly. I'm getting tired of this 2D world already.
I think we're almost there, so let's push a little harder.
Oh, could this road lead to the exit? I hope there are no elaborate traps on it.
You're right, Dobie. I can already see the exit to the next level.
Oh yes, we're back in the 3D world, but now it's very cold here, and there are lots of these heads around.
Guys, write in the comments if it's snowing where you are this winter or not.
I really like winter. I enjoy playing snowball fights and building snowmen.
Playing snowball fights with you is always fun, Dobie. I hope we can play together again sometime.
Oh, look, this game is just like the one from Squid Game. I hope we don't fall into the abyss.
It's getting harder and harder to move through the snow. I think it would be better if it melted right now.
I agree with you, even though I love the snow. But a miracle won't happen.
Oh no, that head caught us again. I think we need to watch more carefully where we're going.
We have to overcome all these challenges through the hard and loose snow. So let's not get discouraged.
Dobie, I was thinking about something. Have you ever thought about the benefits that video games give us?
Of course, Labrador. I think there are many benefits to games. They not only entertain, but also develop skills. Take strategic games, for example. They help improve our logical thinking and planning skills.
That's right. And I've noticed that puzzle games help train the brain, improving our cognitive abilities and memory. And they also help train our reflexes.
I agree. Another thing I like is that many games promote social interactions. In online games, you can chat with friends or even make new acquaintances.
Exactly, especially in team games, where communication and coordination are important. This can help develop teamwork skills and leadership qualities.
Look, the exit to the next level is already here.
Wow, we've landed in space on some unknown planet.
I've never been to other planets before, and I didn't think I'd be so lucky this time.
This planet is so strange. It's all covered in some kind of jelly. I hope we don't fall into it.
I don't want to bathe in that jelly either. It's so gross, slimy, and slippery.
It seems to me that this planet wasn't originally like this. It looks too unnatural. I think those heads transformed the planet into a testing ground.
That's not a bad guess. Perhaps that's exactly what happened.
It's getting a bit warm here. I think it's because we're closer to the sun than on Earth.
Our next challenge looks very difficult, but I hope we can handle it.
Of course, we're super cool sheriffs after all.
Phew, that was close. We almost fell, and that head almost caught us.
Wow, we're really lucky, aren't we? Today, luck is on our side.
Luck is always good to have. If you believe in luck, it will always be with you.
Sure, since it's so hot here, let's remember the story of how we saved the city from the heat.
Of course, it's a very exciting story.
It was a scorching summer day, the kind that made you long for shade and a cool breeze. But instead of relief, we found ourselves facing a crisis that threatened our town like never before. Temperatures soared to unprecedented heights, and crops withered in the fields. People were collapsing from heat exhaustion, and our lakes were drying up. It was clear. Global warming had hit us hard and fast.
As sheriffs of our beloved town, Labrador and I knew we couldn't sit idly by. We had to act, and act quickly. Our first step was to rally the community, urging everyone to conserve water and electricity. But we knew we needed more than just conservation to save our town.
We dug deep into research, reaching out to scientists and experts who confirmed our worst fears. Unless drastic measures were taken, our town would become uninhabitable. But amid the despair, we found hope.
We devised a bold plan to combat the rising temperatures. With the help of engineers and volunteers, we planted thousands of trees around the town to create natural shade and absorb carbon dioxide. It was a monumental effort, but we couldn't afford to fail.
Simultaneously, we launched a campaign to install solar panels on every public building and encourage households to switch to renewable energy sources. The sun, once our foe, became our ally in generating clean power.
Oh, while we were telling our story, we managed to advance to the next level.
I didn't notice that either. Let's finish telling our story now.
It wasn't easy. There were setbacks and doubts along the way, but our community rallied together like never before. People volunteered their time and resources, businesses adapted their practices, and schools educated the next generation about the importance of sustainability.
Months passed, and slowly but surely, we began to see the effects of our efforts. Temperatures stabilized, and the greenery we planted started to flourish. Our lakes filled up again, and the air felt cleaner. We had fought back against global warming and won.
Looking back, it wasn't just about saving our town. It was about proving that when a community comes together with determination and a shared goal, anything is possible. Our town stands today as a beacon of resilience and hope in the face of climate change. And Labrador and I couldn't be prouder to have led our community through this challenging but ultimately triumphant chapter.
With this story, I didn't even notice that we were navigating through an obstacle course in the air.
Oh, I didn't notice that either. The main thing is not to fall down.
We can't just fall on our own. It's only if we get hit by traps set by those heads.
Yes, those traps can be surprisingly complex sometimes.
I think they spent years developing those traps. They've honed them so well on others that now we're facing quite a challenge.
Wow, we're jumping on clouds. They're so soft.
If only all beds were that soft.
Ah, why did you have to remind me about beds? I would gladly lie down on a comfy bed right now.
Oh, look, we're already approaching the next level.
Let's go quickly.
Oh, we're on a new level again, and now we're riding bicycles.
I love bicycles too. Even though they require physical effort, I enjoy the process.
We're really speeding up. I've never ridden a bicycle this fast before.
I've only ridden this fast on a motorcycle before, but now on a bicycle too. It's a very unique experience.
Here, we need to ride very carefully, or else those heads will crash into us.
Labrador, let's talk about something interesting.
I've been thinking about our town's transportation. Do you think it's time to upgrade our old school rideshare system?
Oh, hold on with such interesting topics. We got swept away by an air current. We need to be more careful.
All right, let's continue.
It could be a good idea, Labrador. Those classic rideshares have their charm, but maybe it's time for electric scooters or bikes. They're eco-friendly and great for short trips.
Electric scooters, huh? They're fast and convenient for zipping around town. Plus, they're popular with the younger crowd.
Exactly. And bikes are versatile too. They could help reduce traffic congestion and promote healthier living. What do you think about adding bike lanes?
Bike lanes could be a game changer, Dobie. It would make commuting safer and encourage more people to pedal to work or run errands.
Autonomous shuttles could be a hit, Labrador. They're safe and could provide convenient transportation for tourists and locals alike.
It's all about balancing tradition with progress, Dobie. Let's gather some community input and see what options they'd support.
Agreed, Labrador. Finding the right mix of modern and sustainable transportation options could really improve our town's mobility and appeal.
I think we can consider that we've escaped from those heads now.
Thanks for watching. See you later.